Hey guys, hey YouTube, hey alopecians out there in the world. I'm Ashley and this is The Remix. Today I want to talk to y'all about microblading. It is one of the best things I have ever done, and I hear a lot of people asking questions about like how did it go and was it painful. And so today I wanted to talk to y'all and let you know how it went and how it goes and some of the ins and outs and things you might want to do. So let's jump right into it. Also, I'm gonna put on a little makeup. I'm gonna try to do a steel blue. We'll see if it works out. I don't know. I'm not really confident, but we'll see. I'm doing it from this Kat Von D Vegan Beauty palette. Excuse me. And anyway, so with alopecia, or just if you have thinning eyebrows, you can't control your hair situation, and you can't control your eyebrow situation. So if you can't control it, you might as well do something to make yourself feel better. Take control of the situation yourself. And so that's exactly what I did. After I lost my eyebrows, it really, out of losing hair, eyebrows, and eyelashes, I think that the eyebrows 100% made the most significant difference. It was the most identifying feature. Like, there was nothing to separate my face from the rest of my head. And so when I didn't have them, my confidence was at an all-time low. And if you don't have them, if you have alopecia like I do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, all of a sudden you have no eyebrows. Like, that's crazy. So I went and got microbladed. Now, if you don't know what microblading is, it is not like your typical standard tattoo at all. It is like brush strokes that they do with a razor. But I always hear comments, is it painful? I actually have a tattoo. So let me tell you, it is not painful at all. This is sort of how I would say you need to go about it. I didn't go to a tattoo artist per se. That doesn't mean you can't, but there happens to be a lady that lives in my city that does it just in her office, and she was highly recommended. So I went to her, and I'll sort of tell y'all my little journey. That's the best way to tell about the procedure itself. Anyway, I went and saw this lady, and she, you know, we had a little consultation. She then laid me down. And for a long time, maybe when I say a long time, I mean like 30 minutes, like sat there and measured everything, measured my eye width, my nose, different points and features on my face that would be, you know, affected. And she also asked me to bring pictures of me as a child and as an adult, because as an adult we pluck our eyebrows, and so she wanted to see the natural contour. So she was very thorough, which I appreciated a lot, because I mean, it might take a little longer, but if someone is putting something permanently on your face, you want to make sure that they're thorough. So I let her measure and do all her measuring, and she informed me that it was not like a normal tattoo, that instead, and it looked perfectly. I don't know if you can see it. I don't have any makeup on at all, and I normally pencil them in, but they look like little brush strokes. They really do. And for all of you women out there, I don't get any injections or anything in my skin. I just going to try to age gracefully, hopefully. Maybe. My mother is 73 and she looks like she's 50. So, my grandmother's 95 and she looks amazing. I digress. So you go in and they measure you and then you pick out a color. And this is very important. I let her help me sort of pick the color because she does this for a living. And so I thought, well, she's going to know more than anyone. And so you pick the color and you want to go, you don't want to go too dark. Do you know what I mean? It took me 2 sessions. Let me check this out so I can actually see. My glasses go. It took me 2 sessions because I had absolutely no eyebrows at all. So they had to put on a base layer, and then a different color on top of that. So like a light color and then a dark color. And they picked out like an almond, like a cocoa almond, and like, they mixed those 2 together, if that makes sense. So they did that, and I like it a lot, but it's a little too, I had it done about a year ago, and I'll probably have it redone in maybe 6 months to a year, just depending. And it'll only increase. And next time I'm going to have them do it a little darker so that I don't have to use as dark of an eyebrow pencil. But I'd rather go light and start out looking natural than end up looking crazy, if, you know, and have it be way too dark. It's like painting a wall. You know what I mean? You can't undo the darkness. You can make it darker, but it's hard to make it lighter except for letting it fade over time. So, try to put sunscreen on them also. That'll help. Like a normal, like a tattoo, if you have a regular tattoo somewhere, you might know that sunscreen will help the fading process, or just wear a big hat. Anyway, see, the steel blue is turning out to be really dark, guys. But stick with me. I'm gonna throw some gold on top of it. So they lay you back, they measure you out. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. My son's running around. My dog's snoring in the background. Shout out to Oliver, my 10-year-old Boston Terrier, and George. But they lay you back, they measure you out, they get everything prepped, and now is the time to speak up. If you're gonna speak up and you don't like it, if it's not 100%, if you're like, yeah, it looks pretty good, but I would change, go ahead and change it. That's the time, because it's going to be semi-permanent. It's going to be there, so you might as well get that taken care of. You know what I mean? These are your eyebrows. You don't want them to look crazy. So they lay you back. They make sure you approve, just like they would if you had a normal tattoo. They don't use a tattoo machine at all. It's not like that. They have a very, very fine blade, and at first they take a number and they completely numb you up, and then they use a small little tiny pen, and they just poke really fast along a line, like really fast. And I mean, it feels like a pinch, like a 4-second pinch. You know what I mean? Like just a little pinch. It's no big deal. After that, you're completely numb and you can't feel anything. So, you know, so after that, and then the doctor will sit there and take something and press and say, can you feel that? Can you feel that? And you tell him, and I told my lady on a scale of like 1 to 10, where the pain, you know, like it was more sensitive around this area, around the bone, obviously. And so she would go back then and numb that up further so that I wouldn't be in any sort of pain, so that it was totally painless. and the procedure itself is completely painless. I would say the longest part of the whole procedure is, I'm just going to put this over this. This did not turn out how I hoped, but we're going to make lemonade with lemons. Anyway, that actually looks better. Okay. I got a little too crazy. So after the microblading, after they numb you up, you can't feel at all the actual blading, the brush strokes that they do with the microblade. And the reason they call it a microblade is because it is a very thin blade, and you can't feel it at all. You can hear it. So if you want to bring some earplugs, if that would bother you, but you can't feel it at all. And so that takes a very short amount of time, maybe 15 minutes, to do the actual microblading. The majority of the time is measuring it out and drawing it on and making it and figuring out the color and everything. So at the end, there's little blood. It doesn't bleed very much, hardly, you know. Mine just was like, I dabbed it a couple of times and then it was fine. You go home and you put on either Vaseline or Aquaphor, or, see, now I'm going to put a brow pencil on, and this is the color I will probably get. And you put Aquaphor, Vaseline, something like that you would normally put like on a tattoo to protect it, and make sure you keep it clean. Make sure you keep them clean. And also, I couldn't, for like 2 days, I couldn't, you can't get them wet. I think is it maybe a week? Maybe a week. I can't remember. It's been a while. But you can't get them wet for a certain period of time. And that's extremely important. So what I did during that time was I used face wipes just to wash my face. So there's a pro tip for you right there. Pick up on some face wipes before you try. Let's get that fallout off my face. See how much, see, you can see the line, but next time I go back, I'm gonna have them go darker, because now, after living with it for this long, I really like it a little bit darker. Whoop. Palettes are falling. So, if it's something that you're thinking about doing, go for it. It's the best thing, like I said in the beginning, that I ever did for my self-confidence, dealing with no eyebrows. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend doing it. It was a great thing for me. Next time I'll go darker, and we'll hopefully see what it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you can. I really appreciate it. Comment below. I love getting your comments and love hearing your feedback and stories, because it inspires me to talk about things that I've been through. So please feel free to do that. Just want to say, everybody have a great week. Stay strong. I love you guys with all my heart. And see you later. Bye.